Good morning, or I guess it's more like good afternoon. I've got a pretty late start today. So I just finished reading our story for today, and it was a pretty creepy one, which is fun. So I'll tell you about it here in a little bit. But first, let's just jump into our candy. Let's do this one first today. Day 18. We got lemon. We've gotten this one before, and I remember I did like it. It's a little bit strange, lemon and licorice together, but it works for some reason. I can't believe it took me this long, but on the inside of each one of these doors, it says a little something about the candy. Not specifically the candy inside, but sometimes. Like today's says, did you know that each licorice piece is coated with up to 30 thin layers of chocolate? That's kind of cool. This one says, enjoy our take on a crispy green strawberry, perfectly balanced with fruity red licorice, all swirled in silky white chocolate and a crunchy green sugar shell for that extra sour twist. Not sure what flavor that one was, but it sounds crazy. I'm sure it was good though. I've liked all of them. Let's see. Yesterday's was the frozen mint, right? It says, can you believe it's Christmas next week? What has been your favorite licorice flavor so far this December? That's easy. It was the milkshake flavor. I wish I could get a whole advent calendar of just all the milkshake flavor. I looked on the website and I couldn't find a container of it. I guess they have like seasonal flavors, and I couldn't find the milkshake flavor. I'm gonna keep looking though, because it was so good. Let's do our candy kittens. I'm looking forever and it's literally right here. Wild strawberry flavored. And the advice for today. Shout out someone who is doing a good job. It's a good idea. People probably need a lot more of that, especially this time of year. Okay, let's talk about our story for today. It's called It Beckons by Ella Dupuy. Sorry about the noise. My kids are in the kitchen making something, I guess. I love the noise though. I don't know what I'm gonna do when they go out on their own and the house is quiet. Okay, the story. It is about 3 college friends. The main character's name is Bree Rhymes, and her 2 friends, Clara LaBrèche and Leigh Winbrook. So the 3 of them are staying late at the college to do a class project, I guess, and they get bored and they kind of start wandering around the hall, and they find that the archaeology lab door is unlocked, so of course they got to go in and check it out. So they go in and start wandering up and down the aisles of shelves with boxes of fossils and rocks and who knows what else. Clara starts yelling, guys, come here. She found a stack of boxes that has her last name on it, which her last name is LaBrèche. So that's kind of a strange last name. And she said, I've never seen my name on anything, so this is crazy. So they open up the boxes and they're empty, but she still thought it was very cool to find something with her name on it. Bree notices on the boxes that it wasn't just her name on it. One said LaBrèche head. Another one said LaBrèche torso. Another one said LaBrèche right forearm. So she gets creeped out and wants to leave. But the other 2 are so excited, so they go taking off in all directions, checking stuff out. Bree goes back to the door, Says, guys, let's go. But they can't hear her. They're off getting into things. So after a few minutes, she hears them yell her name. Bree, come here. Bree, come on. And she thinks maybe if she just doesn't answer that they'll come back, at least to see why she's not coming. And then she can get them to leave. But she keeps hearing them yelling from farther and farther away. And she's like, how big is this lab? So finally, Lay comes back and says, hey, come see this. We got to show you something really awesome. They take her to the very back of this huge lab. And in the back, there's a doorway. It's the back door into the university's museum. So they go in that back door of the museum and go look around at all the cool stuff in the museum. And Bree has this creepy feeling the whole time that she's being watched. So she wants to leave so bad. And she finally, after about an hour of them running around this museum while it's closed, gets them to finally leave. The next day, she gets up and Clara is her roommate. And it looks like Clara's already left for school. So she doesn't really think too much of that because Clara gets up before her a lot of times. She goes and does her classes like normal. She texted Clara a couple times throughout the day and Clara never texted back, but that's not unusual for Clara. She's not very good at texting back. That night, she waits and waits and waits and Clara never comes home. She gets nervous, goes and talks to Lay about it. Lay says she hasn't seen her either. And they tell each other, if I see her, I'll get a hold of you, and if you see her, you get a hold of me. Okay, cool. And so she goes back to her dorm. Well, as she's going down the hallway to go to her dorm room, she thinks she sees Clara up ahead walking towards their dorm too, like the back of her. So she yells, Clara, Clara! And Clara just doesn't listen, just ignores her completely and keeps walking. Bree starts kind of jogging a little bit and yelling, Clara. Clara just keeps walking. Bree starts running to catch up with her and yelling, Clara. Then she realizes the hallway just seems to be getting longer and longer and longer. And she looks at the numbers of the rooms as they're flying by her, and the numbers are repeating. She hears something. She hears this voice saying, it called, we answer, it beckons. It keeps chanting that over and over and over. And then she gets really, really dizzy and she stops running. She looks up and Clara's not there anymore. And then the whole hallway just kind of snaps back and then everything's back to normal again. So she runs to her dorm room thinking Clara's going to be there because she saw her. And Clara's not anywhere to be seen. She doesn't really want to mention this episode to anybody because she thinks they'll think she's crazy. By this time, the police have started an investigation on a missing person for Clara. They've come and went through the dorm room, every little piece of paper, every little thing they've went through, but they haven't found anything to indicate where Clara could be. Clara's been gone about a week now. Bree texts Lay to check in on her because she hasn't really talked to her much since Clara disappeared. They've both just been very worried and kind of in their own little worlds. So she texts Lay to check in and see if she's okay, if she needs something, if she needs to talk. And Lay doesn't answer. And she thinks that's strange because Lay actually does answer back pretty quickly. So she thinks, I'll bet she's in her office. So she goes to her office to find her. And when she gets there, the door's unlocked, which usually means she's there because she never leaves it unlocked unless she's there. But there's nobody there. But the book that she borrowed from Bree is sitting on the desk. And Bree just picks it up and looks at it. But when she picks it up, a little slip of paper falls out of it. And in Lay's handwriting is scribbled, It called, we answered, it beckons. So obviously that scares Bree pretty bad. She throws the book down, runs out of the office. As she runs out of the office, she runs into a man who is transporting boxes from the archaeology lab. And she looks at the boxes, and they happen to be the boxes that say Liberation on the side. But now, they obviously have something in them. One almost topples off the stack, and he has to catch it and put it back up there, and it's obviously heavy. She notices the one that he sets on top of the stack says Liberation Torso. And he kind of struggles to get it back up there. Now she's really scared. She runs back to her dorm, climbs under her blanket. She finally falls asleep, and she wakes up in the middle of the night, completely paralyzed, like sleep paralysis. She can't move. She can't even open her eyes. But she can feel something staring at her. And then she feels little cold fingers running down her leg. She hears something whisper. It called. We answered. It beckons. She feels a cool breeze wash over her. And now she can open her eyes and she can move. So she jumps out of bed, throws on some clothes, runs to the archaeology lab, and peeks in the window. And she can see that man taking boxes off of that shelf and stacking them onto a cart. And the boxes this time say Winbrook. That was Lay's last name. The boxes are obviously not empty. They have something in them. He's stacking them onto a cart. Once he stacks those onto a cart, he takes this other stack of boxes and starts putting them up on the shelf. These boxes obviously empty because they're very easy to lift. And those boxes have written on the side, Rhymes, which is Bree's last name. Let's read the highlighted passage. The book that she'd found in Lay's office the day before with that horrifying note. Sorry, I had to read it twice because that doesn't really seem like a full sentence, but whatever. I am not an English major. This is our gift for today. A Traitor in Whitehall by Julia Kelly. Okay, this looks like a very good book, and I am very excited to read it. There's one little thing I'm disappointed about, and I bet you can guess what it is. I'm disappointed that you don't open it up and a little slip of paper fall out that says, it called, we answered, it beckons. That would have just been perfect. But no little slips of paper. That's okay though. I'm still excited to read this book, and a good book is amazing. Time for P. Louise. I'm so surprised that we haven't figured out what those batteries are about yet. I really wanted to look on some other YouTube channels where they've opened these up just to find out what the batteries are for, but I didn't want to get the spoilers. So either we'll find it organically, or I'll have to wait till Christmas and then look back and see. Okay, day 7. Oh, it's another juice box. They're so cute. Hot cocoa and cream. Oh, I forgot these are hard to open. Don't tell my mom I did that. Protect Your Pout lip conditioner in hot cocoa and cream. I'm really enjoying the other one we got, so if it's the same but cocoa and cream, yep, they're so cute. I don't know why I love the little keychain so much. Oh my goodness, it smells like chocolate. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be another one I'm gonna have to fight not to just eat. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, we also got the Stay Shining lip oil in hot cocoa and cream. Another one of those adorable packages. I love the little crown. Can I say this smells even better? Oh my goodness. Now I want hot chocolate. I'm gonna have to go get some here in a minute. Good job, P. Louise. So here's the haul for today. So I think I'm going to go make myself a cup of hot chocolate and try to figure out what we're cooking for Christmas this year. I don't want to do a ham or a turkey. I did lasagna for Thanksgiving. That's an option, but I don't know. I kind of want to think of something else. Why don't you let me know in the comments what you're making for Christmas this year? Also, remember to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching my videos. I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.